What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and Everton have just lost 4-1 to Bournemouth, and I can't help but smile. And I smile for two reasons. One, I truly can't believe how shit we was. And two, I don't understand starting that team. So let's go into point two first. Why are you making 11 changes when you've got a 6-week break after this weekend? It's not like loads of these Everton players are going to be called up to the World Cup squads, is it? It's absolutely staggering. Like, it just doesn't. I don't understand why. So that makes me laugh, and that's completely on Frank Lampard. Completely on Frank Lampard. Then going back to the first point. We've just been smashed 4-1 by Bournemouth's B team. And they didn't just smash us, they looked a million times better than us. And you could even argue that some of their reserve players look better than some of our first players. It was an absolute joke. That Jamal Lowe looked fantastic. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I haven't got a positive word for any of them players, to be honest. The mistakes were categoric. The chances missed. Tom Davies is a professional footballer. He misses when it's easier to score. And he doesn't just miss. He lashes it wide and over the bar when it's easier to get it on target. My name could have scored that. They were poor. They were just poor. I don't understand those substitutions at half time. You know, I'm not going to necessarily say we were outplayed, but Bournemouth were the better side. They went in 1-0 up, and there was opportunities to change the game at half time. And he waits until we're 2-0 down. Yeah, I don't get it. And I've been one of these people that's been awful. Frank, I've backed Frank, and I've said I don't want him out and all of that, and I'm still just about of that opinion. But he's making it really difficult with his substitutions, his decision making, and it's a lack of experience. I keep going back to this. I made the same point the weekend. His lack of experience, his lack of in-game management, he's crucifying him. I appreciate he gets the club. I appreciate he gets the fans, and he's passionate, and he works hard, and he wants to get Everton up the league. But if you haven't got that game management, that managerial experience to go, right, this is what we need in this position at this time, you're not going to cut it as a manager. And today was a prime example of how to get it wrong. I mean, he brought on the 3 subs, which was probably the right call half an hour before, or not half an hour, sorry, 15 minutes before half time, because we were getting outrun in midfield yet again. This whole idea of this midfield, it's an absolute joke. We're not compact. We allow so much space. It's pathetic. It's honestly, it doesn't make sense. And then when the ball does go into the final third of the opposition, nothing happens with it. And I could sit here and criticise every single player for different things. Neil Maupay, every time the ball come into his chest or his feet, his pass back was away from the Everton player. It was so poor. He got caught out in the second half and only got away with it because he was fouled. And it was easier for him to pass back to the Everton player than it was to pass where he passed it. Terrible. Anthony Gordon, honestly, yeah, I think he's got 7 yellow cards in 14 games, and I haven't seen what he did tonight back. But it wouldn't have surprised me if he was sent off for it. It's just staggering. Like, it's stupidity. Decore looks like he's running in treacle. Like he's just not able to move. He doesn't look arsed at all. We just look terrible. And Michael Keane, Michael Keane and Yuri Mina, they're not Everton players anymore. I would not have bothered playing them in this game. I appreciate Tarkowski and Cody probably need a rest, I get it, but they're not Everton players, and your other two have to be. And although this is I mean, we probably still need another centre half, but it's Branthwaite and Holgate, because both of them tonight were absolutely pathetic. Holgate included in the three are just. I think maybe he's just got a bit more pace to get himself out of trouble, but he falls over tonight for the third goal. It's a massive mistake. He's completely unbalanced. Shocking. The passing, I think also, is it the fourth or the third? It's a mistake from Patterson. I'm not going to grill Patterson for it. He's one of the bright lights of this season so far, really. But the whole team was poor. The setup was poor. The spaces left behind was poor. Malpay's not a striker. To be honest, he's not a Premier League player. We can sit here all day. We can say the same about players like Tom Davies, Anthony Gordon. If we truly got offered 60 million, even if it was 40 million, 20 million, I would take a fiver right now to get him out of the club, because he causes more problems than he's solving. Damari Gray comes on the pitch and he shows a little bit of intent, which is exactly what we wanted to see. He tries to beat his man, he delivers balls into the box, and he scores a good goal tonight. It's not like we're asking for rocket science. We're asking for players to be committed and dedicated and fighting for the shirt. And tonight I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any pattern of play. I didn't see any ideology to what we're trying to do. And I saw a Bournemouth side that, aren't great in the Premier League, have conceded loads of goals, albeit, yes, it probably isn't their team, like this is their B team against our B team, but look at the difference. There was 3 goals in it tonight. Could have been more. We did have chances. We had certainly 2 or 3 in the first half that we should be scoring, but it just masks the defensive frailty, and the defensive frailty actually comes from midfield, and then it just seeps through the defence. If it wasn't for Cody and Tarkowski, I'm convinced we'd be bottom of the league, and we need to find goals, and that isn't happening with Malpay. I'd have brought Tom Cannon on earlier, give him a bit longer than 15 minutes, because at 3-1, what have we got to lose? And I could sit here and go mad, I really could, but what's the point? Because we've watched this now, apart from a few good times, for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Yeah, it's just shit. Honestly, the moment Everton got investment was literally the moment it's just destroyed the team, the ethos, what Everton stood for. Hard-working, gritty, aggressive side. We've got none of that now. I don't do any of it. I thought Van Agri was alright on the left-hand side. Clearly tell that he's got the ability to go forward a lot more than Mykolenko has. Maybe we see Van Agri a little bit more now, because Mykolenko going forward isn't there. Defensively, Mykolenko's probably on a par, so Van Agri probably would play a bit more. But yeah, I can't sum up today. I can't give you a man of the match. It was just atrocious. All I can say is there's definitely players in that team that I would very much like to not be in the team, and that includes some of the new additions that we brought in. There you go. That's my match reaction. Shocking, appalling. There you go. Up the toffees.